everyone, Orange here. I have another guild battle commentary to do for you guys. I think this guild's rune quality and skill level is pretty similar to mine, so these fights are going to be really interesting. As always, I'm going to give you guys all my thoughts as I'm watching these, and I also invite you to leave comments if you notice me making any mistakes, if you have any suggestions, anything to help me get better, it would be much appreciated. Right now, I still don't have a lot of options to use, so keep that in mind. I'm just trying to make the best with what I have for now. Let's go ahead and check out the fights. For the first round of the first fight, I am going to eliminate the Dark Chimera. Once I do that, the other team has no hopes of winning. For the second round, I am pretty much going to match it, rune quality for rune quality. I think I probably have some sort of an advantage with my Ritesh. Okay, for the first round, I use this team as a crutch, as I always have. I also used to use Theo instead of Lagmaron quite often. Like I was saying, I don't have a lot of options, so I stick to what I know. I think my chances of winning were 81%, which is my Lagmaron's crit rate. If I don't crit the Dark Chimera, it could get really nasty. I probably still had a chance of winning, depending on what happens, right? If the Dark Chimera kills Lagmaron, I have no chance of winning anymore. But if he doesn't, then I might still have some sort of a chance. Luckily, I killed him first turn, which is what I was hoping for, so I think the easiest way to explain this battle and the most accurate is if I crit, I win. If I don't crit, I probably lose. So that was the first round. Second round, like I was saying, for the most part, it's rune quality for rune quality. When the rune quality is close, I think violent procs matter more. You see, I get the first turn with my Vero, which is very, very important. I don't think my Vero's that fast. He's plus 103 speed. I think generally people run theirs kind of around there. Like, eventually you want yours to be kind of like 110-ish. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say about that, but for the most part, my Vero outspeeds a lot of other Veros, and my Bernard outspeeds a lot of other Bernards, and that's why I win a lot. I just denied the other team a turn. So I'm just going to be working on the Theomars here, and then like I said before, I probably have some sort of an advantage with my Ritesh because he has a taunt, he does a lot of damage, he has a self-speed buff, like he's just pretty good in general, right? So of course I'm going to use him if I can to give myself that advantage, whatever percentage advantage I give myself. So I kill Theomars first, and there were some points in this fight where my monsters didn't do a lot of damage, like my Theo didn't do much damage one of his attacks a couple attacks ago, so there might be some things I can work on with my monsters to make them a little bit better. I need to make my Vero faster, I think, just to be, you know, extra safe, and I also need to give my Vero more health. Here's the second fight. Looking at this now, I probably should have reversed the teams or just done something different in general. My goal for all of these battles is to pick lineups that have the highest percentage chance of winning both battles. The big problem that I see here is me bringing my speed team versus the second team. If they have will runes, I'm pretty much screwed, I think, and my odds are not great for winning. And then if I brought my speed team versus the first team, then I'm relying on my Bernard outspeeding it. There may have been some other things I could have done versus the first team, like brought an all-win team. I think that would have been really safe, actually. I probably should have done Lagmaron, Ritesh, Chisoon or something like that, and just straight up won the battle. So I think I fucked up big time picking these teams. I'll walk you guys through what I was thinking when I picked these fights. For the second one, I was playing with fire. I was taking a big bet, hoping that he didn't have will runes or guessing that he didn't have will runes. If he doesn't have will runes, I have high odds of winning, but if he does have will runes, my odds are low of winning. Then for the first round, I have never seen anyone use the Water Fairy King like this. I think it's a misuse of him. I could be wrong though, so I was just guessing he's probably not going to do much damage. Even if he does, I have really high HP monsters, they should be fine. I can just heal up and they don't have any healers. I was under the assumption that the Water Fairy King would pretty much do literally nothing to me, and I would just win the fight based off him not doing enough damage. At the time, I forgot about the Water Fairy King's cooldown -1 skill thing, so he could have potentially killed my Theomars, so if I had to redo the first fight, I probably would have taken Theomars out just so he wasn't in harm's way of dying, and I would have put like my Darien in or something like that, or just pretty much any other monster to make it so I have my Theomars for the third fight guaranteed, because I don't really need Theo here. Okay, for the first fight, his Bernard derps, which of course probably really drastically decreased his odds of winning or doing anything to me. I'm gonna go for either Bernard or Galleon first. The Fairy King's whole deal is that he reses, so I'm just gonna save him for last and kill the other two first, because if I kill the Fairy King first, I don't know what type of damage is gonna come my way. It just doesn't really make sense to do that. You should probably save him for last. I probably should have gone for Galleon first. I don't remember if Bernard was defense broken, but if we think about the Fairy King, I'm pretty sure he relies more on attack than speed. I don't think he has any speed scalings. I could be wrong, though. So in that case, I think it'd be better to go for Galleon first. They do end up having will runes, which I think was a huge blunder on my part for choosing this team. One thing that I've kind of been interested in is who usually typically moves first. Is it Sierra's or is it Theo's? I think I recall most times Sierra's move before Theo's, which means they're gonna bomb a water unit. You can bring your own Theo or whatever, and the Theo will draw aggro and not die because Theo has his passive, and the enemy Theo will effectively waste a turn on you. I think that would have been my higher play. And then if we talk further about it, yeah, I could have brought a different monster, but like I said, my pool is kind of small and I'm just trying to make the best decisions I can with what I have to work with. Let's go ahead and watch it. Lightning striking is out of the question. It's going to do no damage, so I decide to squall Sierra. I think squalling Sierra is the best choice. If I do crit her, like I said, 81% before, then it's a 3v2, and I just have to pray that Theo doesn't kill my Lagmaron, which for some reason he did. And then also if Chloe doesn't use Fanatic, that gives me a chance to stun the enemy Theo and deny him a turn and possibly pop him. So Chloe hits my Bernard, and then Theo decides to kill Lagmaron for some reason. I don't know why on earth that happened, because Bernard already had taken damage. Someone commented a couple days ago saying that Theo's more inclined to kill wind units because they're a bigger threat to Theo because Theo's water. Bernard's wind, why didn't you go for him? Even if he did go for Bernard, I may have still lost. So in the future, like I was saying before, I probably should have switched these two teams, or at least switched them, but for the first round done something else, like bring all wind units, you know, Lagmaron, Chasoon, Ritesh, and then the first round is pretty much a 100% win. I guess I have to hope that Sierra bombs Theomars, and that's how I win the second one. Here's the third fight. I was pretty low on options, so I think choosing Ramagos for the first round was a complete mistake, but I wanted to play around with it to see what would happen. I think the only way he can win on turn 1 is if Orion defense breaks a fire unit and Kumar has to proc multiple violent procs. I think if Kumar just procs once, then I will have a chance to stabilize and continue on, and eventually he will start hitting Ramagos. Colleen does have the attack buff when she heals, and then I will have immunity on myself. I'm still playing with odds here. At any time, Orion could remove one of my fire monsters' immunity, defense break that fire monster, and then I would lose off that. I think what I should have done is picked a different fight that I would have won, like a +0 or something. But who knows, maybe as I'm doing these videos, someone will come along and point something out to me, and I'll be like, oh my god, I could have done something better. This is what happens in guild battles. You end up losing, but you learn from your losses. I've done a lot of experimentation. I start to pick up on when bringing certain teams is a bad idea because the odds are just so not in my favor. I shouldn't do that again. And then for the second team, like I was saying, I probably should have done something like this, hoping that Sierra moves first. If Theomars moves first, I'm in big trouble because I don't know what he's gonna go for and he could possibly kill something. Eventually, if I had will runes, that would be a better option, but I don't at the moment, so that is something that I can look to doing sometime soon, within the next couple months, I think. Okay, first round, like I said, I think the only way he can kill me is if he defense breaks a fire unit and Kumar procs multiple times. Vero misses, or whatever, I don't remember, I didn't see what happened, the stomp on my Velagel, and the Beast Monk ends up being super slow, which was kind of weird, but that's okay. I get the immunity off, and then right now I'm pretty stabilized, so again, like I was saying, I'm still playing with odds. Orion could strip the immunity off either of my fire monsters and defense break them, and then Kumar has a chance again to proc multiple times on them and put me in a bad situation. So I'm gonna work on Orion first just to see how squishy he is and stuff. He looks pretty squishy. So I want to get rid of him first because he's the one who's driving the train, you know, like I said, if he strips an immunity and then defense breaks at the same time, pretty much, then I could lose. So I'm gonna be waiting patiently for my Ramagos to get low to clean shot Orion and then proceed to clean shot the other two monsters. So I think I actually misplayed this battle like so much. Right here I should have deadly darted or whatever, unrecoverable debuffed the Orion, but I didn't because he's in healing range of meditate or whatever. Yeah, so I think I just misplayed this fight like so horribly wrong. But again, like I said, I probably shouldn't have picked this team to fight this team and I should have fought someone else. But every once in a while it's kind of okay to take some risks. And I would do this again. Like, if I could fight this guy again, I would, and I think the outcome would have been different. Like I said, I think I just gravely misplayed this, and that's what caused my Ramagos to die. We'll see that in a second here. Their attack bars are filling up. This is where it is. I choose not to heal for some reason. I was not paying attention to their attack bars. They all have full attack bars in my Ramagos dies. I've said this in my TOA videos, like a long time ago I said this in my TOA videos. I always say, take your time. There's no rush really, I mean, unless your phone's gonna crash, but mine hasn't crashed in a while. So I should have taken my time and really paid attention to those attack bars. I think if I would have taken my time, I would have made better decisions there, but for some reason I was playing stupid. Okay, second round. I'm banking, or I hope that Sierra moves first. I haven't ever really paid attention to this, but she does, and then Theomars wastes a turn, hitting my own Theomars. Unfortunately, my Theo procs out of Violent and dies, which is something that I'll keep in mind for the future. Don't do something like this if it's like my second battle or my first battle, because Theomars is a really good asset to have for all three battles, so this is a fine move for the third battle, I think, hoping that or I mean, there's a kind of high chance, whatever Violent proc is, that Theo will die. I mean, then we have to take into account that the other Theo will land his dot. So, I mean, if my monster speeds were different, if my Beast Monk was faster, then yeah. Or if I brought Jasoon, maybe I should have brought Jasoon, because then I would have been fine. But even then, that may have been even riskier, because my Beast Monk was the one who won this match for me, because he did a lot of damage and he cleaned them up. So, I don't know. I think that was fine though. So, those are my thoughts. As you guys can tell, I learned quite a bit from all of these battles, and I'm glad that I was able to do the video. I hope you guys learned too. Once again, feel free to leave me comments if you notice anything. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later.